anything you'd like to say?
What was the last thing you said to Caleb?
4 years ago, Cassandra Escobar walked out of court charged with murdering her 18-year-old high school sweetheart, Caleb James. In the 4 years that passed, the court case file shows the prosecutors trying to convict her haven't done much to get this case to trial.
Your Honor, the first case on the docket this morning is Cassandra Escobar.
But that changed this week. The Attorney General's office and Escobar's attorney were in court explaining to Judge Brian Gibbons why this case is still pending and why they are not ready to try it now. Escobar and James met at McBee High School where their relationship got serious. But a single gunshot inside Escobar's bedroom in May 2021 ended it all.
Darlington County 911, what's the address of the emergency?
Now you need to hurry because my daughter's boyfriend just shot himself. Please hurry. Please, please.
Stay on the line with me, okay?
Please hurry. Oh my God, please hurry.
Darlington County Sheriff's Office reports show Escobar initially told investigators James was playing with his handgun and accidentally shot himself.
Okay, you need to hurry because my daughter's boyfriend just shot himself.
Bravo 2L4, you got a self-inflicted gunshot wound.
The sheriff's investigator did investigate that night, but left assuming Caleb James either committed suicide or accidentally shot himself. The sheriff's office report shows no follow-up investigation.
This is the case file here, Jody.
The coroner told me the sheriff's office made its mind up that Caleb James did this to himself before they ever left the crime scene that night.
And the coroner comes up to me and he's talking to me and he said, "This isn't a suicide." I said, "What happened?" He said, "I don't know, but her story's not adding up." I said, "There's no possible way she could have done this." He said, "Her story's not adding up." He said, "I'm not saying she did, but something's not right about this."
So the coroner knew within minutes?
He knew.
Things didn't add up to me that it looked like he had taken his own life, that he had actually pulled the trigger. I didn't think he did.
Darlington County Coroner Todd Hardy did not stop digging. The sheriff's office still didn't agree with Hardy's suspicion that someone else shot Caleb James. The coroner reviewed the autopsy report and crime scene pictures and concluded Caleb James died at the hands of another.
In the case of a stolen car, what the sheriff thinks matters, what his investigators think matters. In the case of a bullet hole in the head of an 18-year-old boy, that's what I do. And I determine the manner. And in this case, we determined that it wasn't at his own hand.
3 weeks after the shooting, the sheriff's office had stopped investigating, and Cassandra Escobar was not charged with anything. But Hardy believed she knew more than she was telling.
It led us to the fact that he didn't shoot himself, but that lends back to the accidental or the non-accidental. It's either an accident or it's not. The way you determine that, Jody, is you do it through investigation. In this case, that's what we did.
This was not an accident?
Well, no, this was not an accident. With the evidence that we had and the things that we had that were given to us, I said, I want to try asking the young lady, did you do this? And if so, what was your thinking behind that?
The coroner asked Escobar to take a polygraph at the South Carolina Law Enforcement Division's headquarters in Columbia. She eventually confessed to investigators that she and Caleb James had a history of playing with a firearm when empty and acting like they're shooting each other. She told SLED James handed her the pistol that night, told her it was unloaded, and to shoot him. When Escobar pulled the trigger, it fired.
Our assumption was correct. There was deception that was indicated. Before the interview was over, that the young lady actually told us the truth.
Hardy ordered the sheriff's office to file an involuntary manslaughter charge against Escobar. She was freed on a $25,000 bond the month after Caleb James's death.
You were performing an investigation when no investigation was being performed. Had you not asked and got that polygraph done, where might this be today?
I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure where it would be.
9 months after her arrest, 4th Circuit Senior Deputy Solicitor Kennard Redmond was inside the Darlington County Courthouse working to convince the grand jury to indict Escobar for murder. A few hours later, a pair of deputies had a murder indictment in hand when they walked into Miriam's kitchen to find a waitress named Cassandra Escobar. They slipped her out a back door and into a patrol truck. We drove straight to the county jail and watched as the deputies walked her inside and booked her on that murder charge.
All right.
The next morning, Escobar walked into a courtroom for a bond hearing, just feet away from the room where the grand jury indicted her the day before.
Before you at this time with her counsel is Cassandra Jacqueline Escobar.
Solicitor Redmond took the case over after Escobar's confession in June 2021. He did something else the sheriff's office did not do. He got a search warrant for Escobar's cell phone, and there must have been something in that phone. 1 month after seizing it, Redmond took his evidence to the grand jury and left with that murder indictment. That February 2022 bond hearing is where everything stopped. That all changed on March 26, 2026, when the AG's office and Escobar's attorney, Gerald Malloy, met for a status conference.
My understanding is it's not a whodunit, it's a whether or not it's a murder case.
Malloy told the prosecutor he didn't get the discovery evidence until the day before this hearing, 5 years after Cassandra Escobar was first charged. He told the judge the same thing in the hearing. He even met with me in the hallway after the hearing, complaining that he never received the discovery, insinuating that's the story I should tell the public about.
We're looking through the file this past, short period of time whenever they call about a status conference. And I said, hold on. So we didn't wait until then. Send a note to them. They have gotten the information to us, so if they expect us to know what's in it, we don't know yet. What I would think would be appropriate is to give us a chance to review before we commit to a date.
Even the AG's prosecutor, Heather Weiss, believed the defense didn't have any of the evidence.
We're under the impression the solicitor's office had sent discovery, found out that Mr. Malloy did not have discovery, and that was sent, a full set of discovery was sent within the last, I think it may have been yesterday.
At this point in time, you believe everything has been disclosed?
Everything has been turned over and date stamped and documented, so I'm acknowledging that they just would have gotten it in the last day or two, so if they didn't have anything before then, they have it all now.
Obviously, we can't speculate as to what we have. And let's be fair now, since we're all there. The discovery was served back in 2021 as well.
Yeah.
And so, regardless of where it came from or where it did not come from, and all the transfers and all the superimposed indictments, what happened was that it came in yesterday.
But wait a minute. During Escobar's 2022 bond hearing, Gerald Malloy told a different judge a different story.
I became involved in this case sometime, I think, in August. Set off my Rule 5s. Got the information last night, so I don't know what's going on. I appreciate the learned counsel. My friend, Mr. Redmond, we used to work together. He sent me what he had last night, having reviewed it. So I don't know these facts that he's talking about that has come to light.
And what Redmond had was the discovery evidence he used to convince the grand jury to indict Escobar on that murder charge.
As much as I want to schedule it the week of July 20th, I don't think that would behoove justice to do it.
The judge then suggested a September 2026 trial date, but Malloy argued against that.
I don't want to commit to something at this point in time whenever they have something in discovery that we need to end up getting someone hired. So if we schedule that date, give us an opportunity to come back if there's some additional time.
Well, I understand that. And again, I agree with the Attorney General's office. We need to have a date. The victim's family needs to know when this thing is going to be concluded. And I get it. And everybody, your client needs to know when this thing is going to be concluded.
I'm the victim's mother.
Yes, ma'am.
And I feel like we've had enough time. 5 years is more than enough.
I understand. I can sense your frustration. That's why I wanted to give you an opportunity to be here and hear from you. But, my goal is to have this thing concluded. That's 7 months from now, y'all. We can get this thing done, okay? October 26th. That's it. October 26th is the date for this trial.
Queen City News Plus. Just search Queen City News on your smart TV's app store.